Go.
Hi everyone, welcome to our very first video coming at you live, Lightworkers Secret to Success. We're just so excited to be here today. We have some awesome Lightworkers, my friends. I can't wait to introduce you to them. And I would love to start with Adam. Please tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do.
Cool. So thanks, Colette. Obviously, my name is Adam Trzaskowski, as you can see on the on my tag. What I do is I am an entrepreneur that's online right now. So I have been on a mission probably since 2003 when I was first sort of introduced to personal development and in that sort of world. I went to a motivational speaker named James Ray. Not sure if you know of him. It was probably the most awake I've ever been. And I mean, I was asleep at that point and I didn't know the stuff that I didn't know. And I was really introduced to meditation and to really going within and really developing all of those skills that I've been developing since that time. And I've really been on a journey, a mission. I kind of feel like I found my calling a little bit. And I've been on personal development ever since. So just trying to figure out ways to get better and better. In 2016, after working almost 10 years in retail here in Canada for a major retailer, I was kind of tired and maybe a little burnt out, although I loved what I was doing. So when I was working for the right owners, but obviously when you're not, you get burnt out. And as a light worker, I mean, I didn't really know that and I didn't understand that at that point. So in 2016, I ended up quitting retail altogether and decided to become a certified life coach through IPEC, which is really where I started learning about the different energies inside of me and how to use them and how to help other people use them and sort of transform people. And then ever since then, it's just been getting more and more intense. In 2018, I started with a company that was online that dealt with masterminding and some more personal development. I was the president of LifeWorks University at that point, where I really worked and found, my tribe, found other light workers that, we really masterminded together and really grew this trust and this bond between us. And ever since then, we've been, throwing ideas together and looking for ways to just help other people, almost being like a little lighthouse is just, we're that beacon of light to help others, figure out the things that took us forever to figure out. Hopefully we can do it much, much faster. So that's sort of my mission that I'm on. I decided to be on this channel with each of you to really, help and guide and take people to the fifth dimension, which is really where I believe a lot of people are going. So if you're not really sure what that means or you don't really know, I just ended up doing a book actually where I was a best-selling author. So I actually talk about my journey and how that came about and how I started to ascend and, all these different meditations that I do now. And, I've been doing emotion code and how that has really helped in such a deep, impactful way on such a spiritual level that it's fantastic. So, I'm grateful if you're watching this, and I hope you get a lot out of this. And I'm really just wanting to share all the information on my journey that I've been through since 2003. And if you're looking for something similar, or if you know that you're a starseed and you need to, figure out how to get to the fifth dimension, I believe all of us on this channel right now are there already, and we're happy to help you and guide you to get to that yourself.
Awesome, Adam. Thank you so much. And Amanda, I would love to have you introduce yourself and tell us all about you.
Yeah. So I'm Amanda, and I am an energy healer and an angel activator. And you might see me yawn a lot today because we're all together, and I know like when we're all together I process for all of us, so I'm over here like trying not to yawn on camera, but I'm not gonna be able to stop it all the time. So one of the things that I love when we all get together, because one of the things that our favorite thing is when the mastermind shows up and we just, I mean, it just is magic, right, guys? So one thing I do is I am a certified emotion code practitioner, certified in a lot of different things, a lot of different modalities, in certified access bar practitioner, certified Ho'oponopono practitioner, and also a life coach. And then I just got a healing machine, which is different frequencies. So I use so many different modalities when I'm in working with people. And I love you guys because I get to, you know, share them with you. And, one of the things, are we just introducing ourselves right now? Because I was going to talk about some other stuff. So maybe I'll just stop and let you guys introduce your guys' self, and then we can go on with what we want to talk about.
Yeah, we have lots to talk about. We're so excited to just be with you guys today. And so thanks, Amanda. Pamela.
Hi, I'm Pamela Allen. I am happy to be here and part of this group. I am a certified theta healer. I, like everybody else here, started personal development early on and just kept delving into different things. Have done different things from being a Reiki master to meditation, guided meditations. Theta healing is where I just really found my niche. And I use that for myself and my friends a lot, and helping other people just be able to, relieve some of their beliefs that are limiting them. And what I love about what we're doing here is that we're going to be able to introduce people to so many different, like Adam said, different things, and that, especially if you're looking to, like they said, go from the third dimension to the fifth dimension, and explain what that means, and all of the new things that are coming out, and just, really focusing on manifesting what we want in our lives and in 2021, and how we want to shift things and change things, not just for us and our own friends and family, but for the world in general. So I'm really excited about that, excited about what this channel is going to bring and who's going to be watching us. And thank you right now, whether you're watching us now or tomorrow, it doesn't matter. We're just glad you're here.
Absolutely. And Rebecca Tripp would normally be with us in this group. She's amazing. Unfortunately, she couldn't be here tonight with us. So you'll get to meet her next time, hopefully. And then I am Colette Gallagher, and I've been on this just light worker healing journey for a long time now. It started about 10 years ago, I would say. I was super depressed. I was taking care of my grandparents as a caregiver. Constant verbal abuse from my mom about how I was just like doing such a terrible job, and how just like of a terrible person I am just every single day. And to the point where I was like, okay, what am I even here for? Thinking about killing myself. And I'm like, okay, well, they're going to kill myself, or I'm going to figure out how to be happy. And so that's what I did. I just went on this journey. I started with meditation like Adam, program called Holosync, and just started meditating to music every day. And that really helped a lot. And then journaling, and then just start working with different healing modalities. So started with like Reiki, empowered energetics, just different things I could find online. And then I found Access Consciousness about 2 years ago, and that's my thing. And that's what I love about this group, is we all have all of these different modalities. And I became a Reiki master as well, and an empowered energetics practitioner. So just lots of different ways of helping people clear their energy. So we're going to be talking about why that's so important, giving you tons of different tools that you guys can use, especially in like this year has just been insane. And I've been great pretty much. I mean, of course, ups and downs, but for the most part, I've stayed pretty much happy. So just so excited to give you guys those tools so you can keep your vibration high. The bars has helped me so much. I get my bars run the Access Consciousness bars run like at least every couple weeks, more if possible, and that just makes such a difference in my life. I've worked with everyone here in different capacities with their modalities. I'm so grateful for these people in this Zoom, including Rebecca, who's not here, but I'm just so grateful. I'm a life coach. I help people with relationships. I have courses online, just super excited. So yay, now you know a little bit about us. And we really want to talk about what's going on. President Trump just got diagnosed with COVID last night. That was interesting. And so I know we all have some opinions, some insight about that we want to talk about, and just how to like handle what's coming up with the elections, 2 full moons this month. I mean, that's crazy. So just how to stay positive, and things like that. And so, Amanda, I think you were just like ready to go. So do you want to just start us off?
Well, I just wanted to acknowledge, and I know you guys have had all this as well. I don't watch the news because it really, it brings my vibration down, and it's always negative, right? And so because I'm a light worker and because I have, in my, I'm a caregiver for seniors, and so in my caregiving job, I'm having to be in charge of a lot of people's lives, and I use a lot of my energy taking care of other people, and so I have to be really careful with my own energy, and the news is one that I just can't let into my energy because it will just, I'll get upset. I'm so empathic, and I don't know if half the stuff is true or not true that's being, said to us onto the news. So one of the things is I just want to acknowledge being on Facebook last night, and then everybody was posting all their memes and all the, about Trump and Melania having COVID. And I couldn't believe the comments that I was reading. I was just, it really hurt my feelings to see how people were just spewing out so much hatred towards a person that they really don't even know. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I mean, whether you love Trump or dislike Trump or whatever, but everyone has their own opinion, but to be that hateful towards another person, it just really hurt my heart. And I know if I'm feeling that way, I know it's hurting other people's hearts as well. And so I think that was our major thing. Like, how do we get past that? How do we watch the news and not get affected? Or, how can we scroll through Facebook and different social medias and swiftly get through all of that without it really affecting us and draining us? Because I know when I'm not very, when I'm spreading myself too thin already and I start letting negativity kind of surround me, it makes me sick. So I want to make sure that my vibration stays high so that I don't physically get sick myself. Because so many people depend on me. So I think that's one of the main things that I wanted to talk about today. How can we keep our vibration high? I have some tips that I always like to do. So I can share them now, or we can do them after you guys kind of talk and what you guys want to talk about with the Trump, Melania, COVID-19.
I like what you mentioned, Amanda, because like myself and you, and I'm sure Colette and Adam, we're also all empaths, and I know Rebecca is as well. And there's a lot of people out there who are also empaths, and they might not even know they are, right? And the consciousness, that collective consciousness, a lot of times that energy affects people, and there's that lack of understanding. So there's that sense of, okay, I'm feeling angry, or I'm feeling hurt, and I don't know why. And so, like, you're aware enough to know that when you read this, oh, that hurt your heart. But it's not your feelings, it's what's being impacted to you. And so for people who are out there who may not know that they're empaths, that's the first thing I would definitely, just when you start feeling those things that you don't know why you're feeling them, is to kind of check in with yourself and we'll talk about muscle testing on down in our another video. I'll do one, but if you really look and just kind of concentrate on yourself And think about, is whatever you're feeling or thinking, does that really resonate with you? Because most likely it's not resonating with you. And that's because you're an empath and you're picking up stuff from the outside. So when that happens, that's when it's going to be really important to do the things, like Amanda said, the show later, to raise your vibration, raise your energy. I know, like for me, it's meditation, it's listening to certain types of music, being outside to ground and center. So I think that's the biggest part, is just people who don't even know that they may be an empath. And if you are an empath, yeah, stay away from the news. Try to avoid those kind of things as much as possible, because you don't need the negativity. You need to be able to protect yourself.
Yeah, and along those lines, for some those people who really just don't know, it's like when you walk in a room and you know someone's been fighting, right? That feeling of like, oh wow, something's going on in this room and no one has to say anything. It's like that awkward just feeling inside of you. Or maybe when you've had like been in a weird alley or a dark situation and you're picking up on like that fear of like of the room, basically. So that's empath. That's being empathic. And we're all, like, most people are empathic and they don't know, and they just brush it off, and they're just like, oh, why do I feel weird? You know, like Pamela was saying. In Access Consciousness, there's a great tool. It's called Who Does This Belong To? You can just ask yourself, who does this belong to? And there's lots of videos about that too, if you want to go like search for you know, the Who Does This Belong To tool for Access Consciousness. But I use that tool all the time, and it's like Pamela said, it's like not even ours, and just clear it right away. And it's just being aware. And I know yesterday it was weird because I just stayed home all day and just let myself rest. Normally I'm super busy, I'm out, I'm doing stuff. And yesterday I was like, you know what, I don't know what's going on, but I'm just going to allow myself to just be and rest and relax. And sometimes you just have to allow yourself, if you're feeling all, you know, whatever it is, just being super gentle and kind with yourself. And then going back to what Amanda was saying, like for me, if you're feeling like you're happy that someone is sick, or you're happy, to me, it's something that needs to be healed inside of you. So you can work with any one of us on that. Like any one of us can help you with those feelings, you know, those intense feelings, because what that is doing is giving your power away. You're giving your power away to something outside of yourself. If you're like have that hate or that anger, or you know, those negative emotions that are bringing your vibration down, it's really important, especially right now, to just release it. Keep love in your heart, because these negative energies feed on all of that, and we'll, I'm sure, talk about all of that later. But like that's the whole thing. Like there's all these energies and things that really want you to be scared, and they really want you to be negative, because they get energized when you're scared, because you're not in your power. And so that's just what I wanted to mention, is just how important it is, like Amanda was saying too, to just really release the hate, release the fear, release the anger. And most of it isn't even like, has nothing to do with Trump or whoever. It's stuff from childhood and traumas from the past. And that's like, the news is just triggering that trauma coming up. And so, like I said, any of us would be happy to work with you around any of that. So Adam, did you have anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely hear what everyone's saying. And, you know, the thing about Trump is, you know, once you start ascending into the fifth dimension, is one of the benefits that you have is that you get to see everything as absolute truth. And you also can tell instantaneously when something is not truthful. So the second that, you know, someone told me the headlines this morning, and I mean, I don't really watch the news and I don't listen to radio too much, but I happened to have the radio on just for a brief moment, and I had heard something about it and I didn't know if it was true or not. And then I had a few people say that he did. And, you know, the first thing that came to my mind was something else is going on. There's no way that the president of the United States would ever even come close to COVID-19, let alone any one of his staff members. And if they're saying Hope Hicks was positive for it and he was interacting with Hope Hicks, Well, I know that, government officials inside the White House get like 30 COVID tests, 19, like 30 like tests done a day for COVID-19. So immediately something was not right with it. If you know how to muscle test and you know how to do that, if not, we're definitely going to teach you on how to do it. It's a very simple process, especially when you're connected back to source. You can really find the truth at this point. And immediately when I heard that, I asked if President Trump had COVID-19, and came back as a no. He didn't. So the next thing that came back to me was, okay, what else is going on then? And then instantly I see headlines, and I'm not on Facebook that much anymore, but I see some headlines that Hillary Clinton is now going to be arrested, and they're officially going to announce it, and they're going through that. And so I just started connecting the dots. Oh, that's what's happening. They need to get President Trump out of the public eye, and this is their way to do it. Because when they announce this, other things could happen that would be out of people's control. Where there is a lot of people that love Hillary, and I'll admit it is, I'm a Canadian, so I mean I don't have any bias on this whatsoever. But when I was watching the elections back in 2016, although Trump was quite entertaining to watch, I was just like, I just hope he doesn't get in, and I hope Hillary gets in. That was just my feeling of it. And when he won, I was quite shocked, and I was like, wow, I never saw that coming at all. And immediately, for those of you that knew, at that time, the Canadian website for immigration crashed literally overnight for the amount of Americans that wanted to leave United States and come to Canada. And so that was a real indication to me of, how things were so divided and how things were going. And, Trump is definitely turbulent, and there's no question. I personally did not think highly of Trump for all the way up until late 2019, maybe the fall of 2019. I started to learn some information that I didn't know, and as I started to dig more and more and more, and I was connected to source, and I was meditating at a much higher level, and I was in the ascension process at that point. It's like a cloud opened up. It's like when you're driving through the fog and all of a sudden the fog lifts and you can clearly see. I could see it, and I could see why the media, why so many people were against Trump, because of the disruption that he's really causing. And if you look at sort of the stuff that's going around right now, is that's the big sort of buzzword is industry disruption, right? So Uber came out and they disrupted that industry by having Uber drivers everywhere. And, it was cheaper now to take than it was to take a cab. And they were more direct, and they didn't have to take you around the city 3 times to get you to your destination just so they could make their fare anymore. They were direct because they were only getting paid through their app from point A to B as quickly as possible. So that was an industry disruptor. Well, what Trump is doing right now is he's disrupting an industry, a massive industry. And if you don't know what I'm referring to, I highly suggest
lots of industries, actually, not just one. Lots of industries he's disrupting.
They are massive industries. And I just want to say is that's why he has so many people that are against him. So if you want to know the truth, I'm not here to tell you, I'm not here to convince you. If you really want to know, you need to make up your own mind, whether you believe it or not. And when you're connected to source energy and you can muscle test things, you'll know for facts on what's really going on behind the scenes. And so this whole thing with Trump, to me, is a smokescreen for I believe what's going to happen is they're going to announce some major arrests. And I mean, it is October 2nd, 2020. And as of right now, nothing has been announced. There's been rumors that have been floating around, but I really believe in the next few days, you're going to see some major arrests on high profile celebrities and politicians all the way around the world. And this is going to rock some people's worlds. But just know that this was all part of a plan. This is a major, major chess move that I believe is going on. And if you're open for it, and you can keep an open mind, trust me, there's more behind the curtain. And when you see behind that curtain, there, you can never unsee that. It is the most awakening thing that you'll ever have. And if you think sleeping in bed and someone throwing a cold ice bucket of water on you wakes you up, think 10 times more than that when you see what's unveiled and when the truth starts to come out on really what's been going on. Come and talk to us, because that's why we're here. We've been doing this work now for quite some time, and doing some really deep work and finding some things out that we just didn't like. But no, the reason for this channel and the reason that we're doing these videos is really to help people from the third dimension into the fifth dimension, help people heal and really move forward. Our whole channel idea is to help people manifest the best 2021 moving forward. And if you can remember that thoughts create things, and right now, whatever you're thinking, if it's horrible, it's going to keep showing up. If things are fantastic, and if you really want the life that you've always dreamed about, if you can think about what heaven is inside of you right now, if that's what you can think about, and you can visualize all these different things, and we all start doing it on a major collective level, think about where this world could be. Think about no more fossil fuels, no more kids starving, no more sex trades, no more slavery, no more fill in the blanks. Like, I could just go on and on and on. We could have free energy. We could have all these things that we could be living. If you think you're living a good life now, think about if we had all of those things plus even more, and we were all living at that collective level where no one was really hurting, and we could all just grow and be the best person that you could possibly be. Well, that's what we're going to be exploring on this channel. That's what we're going to be doing. And we've got some tools, we've got some ideas, we've got some technologies, we've got everything that we've been collecting for years now that has just been building up, and we want to share it. We want to make sure that people know. Some people know about it, some people don't. For those of you that saw my last video a few days ago, I was talking about medbed technology and what that all is. And if you haven't seen it, make sure you watch the video where I just lightly touched on that. I've got some more really cool technologies for light workers moving into 2021, and really how to take advantage of those, and really how to move forward. And I could go on, like I could think of 10 things technology wise that I know are pretty much coming out. And if Trump gets back in, which I strongly believe he will, if he does, there's rumors that there's going to be over 6,000 patents that are going to be released that are instantaneously going to crush industries, because these patents are the things that are holding technology from moving forward, holding the human race from moving forward, so that other big pharma companies, other industries that are there are going to instantaneously collapse when these are all released. So that's why you see a lot of resistance that is going on, because he is releasing some of this stuff. And I got to tell you is that I know that some of this stuff has been built. Tesla towers, I've seen them. They're built. They're ready to go. I know that Ford and GM, when they were shut down, they were building Tesla towers. Like, all that stuff is there, and I've seen it now in fields where the fields are there and it's ready to go. And if you don't know what a Tesla tower is and what it can do, I'm happy to share that information, because I love everything to do with Tesla. And so anyways, all this stuff is coming out. Stay tuned, keep watching us, because the information that we're going to share and what we're going to do to manifest 2021 to be the best ever. It's exciting, and it really is. I know the world that I'm living in right now is, it's just, I can't describe it. Like I don't see everything that everyone else is seeing. I mean, I hear what people are saying about the riots and the Black Lives Matter and the Antifa and all that sort of stuff and the forest fires. And I mean, I hear it, but I'm not seeing it. And my world is instantaneously changing. And so, you know, if you live in the other world, I really am inviting you into this world because it's exciting.
Thanks, Adam. And yeah, just to add to that, if it all sounds crazy, like it's already here. Like you can search it, you can research it. Thrive Movement, the movie talks about it. There's lots of different movies that explain all of the things that Adam was talking about. So if this is new to you, it might just sound like crazy, but it's not. And then Amanda, we're almost done here, but I think you said you had a couple tips for people. Just to help them through all this craziness?
Well, one of my favorite things, and I give this recipe to all my clients, and it's really just a grounding exercise. It's actually a detox bath, and I think you guys have all done it before. But when I'm feeling drained or tired, I know it's my body saying, get in that bathtub and do your detox bath. So just quickly, because I know we got to run here pretty quick. But what I always do is take a bath as hot as you can stand it. Be hydrated, but also have water on the side of the bathtub. I put in 1 cup of Epsom salt, 1 cup of sea salt, 1 cup of apple cider vinegar, and maybe a 1/4 cup of baking soda, but be really careful because you don't want to inhale that stuff. So just be real careful when you're shaking that into the bathtub, into the water. And then about a tablespoon of ground ginger, and let that all kind of dissolve. And then what I like to do is put in my favorite essential oil. So really great quality oil, whatever your favorite is, whatever your favorite smell is. It's all about self-care. And that's my very favorite thing to do for self-care. So I stay in that bath for as long as I can stand it. When I get out of the bath, I don't get dressed right away. I wrap myself up in a blanket and for about an hour, because your body will still detox. And this is really good to release heavy metals, to get your body back into a pH balance, and it really helps with your mood as well. And then after 1 hour, I'll jump in the shower and wash head to toe. And then when you get out, put on some really good lotions, organic. I wouldn't put anything store-bought on just because I don't put that kind of stuff on my body. But if you don't have anything, you can always put coconut oil on, and that's always a really great thing, which is really, our body needs that anyway. So that was my biggest tip, especially on a Friday night. It feels so good just to get in the bathtub and relax and give yourself self-care and keep those vibrations high.
Beautiful. And yeah, I'm all about the coconut oil. So thank you so much. As you can see, we have so much to give and so many tips and tools for you, and we're just getting started. We're so excited. And please like and subscribe to our channel. Tell your friends. If you like this video, please share it. We really just want to get the word out, find more light workers. We want to bring us all together so that we have community, so that we have support, so we don't feel so alone in the world when we see things that other people don't see. And so please, share this video with anyone that you think might like it. And we're just so excited that you're here. Thank you so much for watching, and we will talk to you guys soon.